What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video. And unfortunately, this is not the type of video I really like making because it does deal with some injuries and some other things that are going along with, obviously, the Eagles. Not necessarily good news, but understandable news is more how you kind of say it. Because it's not good news, it's bad news, but it's understandable news. And I'm going to go get into that. But before I do that, make sure to go smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell for post notifications because we are on the grind for 1,000 subscribers. We are 22 away from 700, so let's try to hit that this week. Hopefully by the time sports are back, we can hit that goal. Like, I'm talking to NBA and NHL, but for now, we are still 22 away, so make sure if you are new to the channel, smash that subscribe button so we can hit our goal by the end of August, maybe September, who knows. But now to get into the semi-bad, understandable news, Marquise Goodwin has decided to opt out of his contract, or not out of his contract, opt out of the 2020 NFL season. And the reason why I say it's understandable is because if you look at the past that Marquise Goodwin has had with his family, it's been a rough ride since he's been in the NFL. He's had a few miscarriages. His wife has had a few miscarriages. He also had a premature baby die at like 19 weeks. And now he just had a kid. It's understandable. I completely understand that you don't want to put your family's harm or your family's lives at risk with the whole virus going around. We all know, and I do too. Yes, it sucks as an Eagles standpoint and as a fan, but at the same time, as I said in yesterday's video with the Phillies, there's a time and place for this, and now is the time to take care of your family. Make sure you are good instead of playing football, because football is a game, family is life. It's as simple as that. So I do understand why Marquise Goodwin did decide to opt out of the 2020 season. There have also been a couple other guys, especially on the Patriots. There's been like 5 guys. The main one, Dante Hightower, they have all opted out of the 2020 season. There's also been a couple other guys. I'm pretty sure one of the Chiefs linemen did. And then there's a couple corners, I'm pretty sure. I don't know all their names, but I do know that Marquise Goodwin is now out for the 2020 season, if we even have one, because that is the big if. Because now with baseball going around and the Phillies being postponed until Friday, who knows what's really going to happen with football, with baseball, and even the sports in the bubble. Who knows? Because I certainly don't. Hopefully we can just have sports. You know, the little that we have, a lot that we have right now. Hopefully we could just ride that out and then go into next season with hopefully a cure or a vaccine or something along those lines. But now getting into bad news. But also news that we kind of already knew. Alshon Jeffery got put on the PUP list today. It's, again, it makes sense. It's understandable. He was injured last season. He was out basically all of last year towards the end. I understand. Like, this is really just like a news update video. But this isn't really like a me freaking out video. It's just news. It's Eagles news. Thought I'd hop on, talk to you guys about it. But I do have some questions. And it really does have a lot to do with the wide receivers. Now, you look at the two positions, the 2 players that I just named, they're both receivers. Marquise Goodwin was supposed to be that deep threat guy, somebody to either replace Deshaun Jackson if he got injured or line up alongside Deshaun Jackson. This was supposed to be the year of the speed demons with Marquise Goodwin, Deshaun Jackson, Jalen Reagor, and guys like that. Now, you have 2 guys probably not playing the 2020 NFL season, if, again, there is one. But now, I kind of want to dissect and look at the other wide receivers that we have. Now, to get into that, Deshaun Jackson. We all know Deshaun Jackson, he's going to be the starter. He's going to be our number one. And as weird as that is to kind of say that, because he's up there in age, he's not really like a number one receiver type of player, but he is our number one. And that's the best way I can put it. He is our number one receiver. And the guy that I definitely think lines up next to him is Jalen Reagor. I 100% think that Jalen Reagor will be lining up next to him on the outside. Greg Ward, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Now you have Quez Watkins, John Hightower. You have these guys. Now you got to find ways to plug them in, to put them in. There's also, what are you going to do with Ertz, Goddard? What are you going to do with these guys? Because there's so many different ways. Are they going to have Ertz lining up as a receiver most of the time? I'm sure they are. That's what they usually do. He will end up breaking the all-time Eagles reception list or leader this season. I mean, it's going to happen. He will break Harold Carmichael's record. I can almost guarantee it. But it just sucks because we had so much depth, and I'm not saying that we don't now, because we still do. We still do have depth, but it's now getting a little limited. And yes, you have depth, but look at the depth that you have. These guys are young. Hightower, Watkins, Reagor, Ward, Arcega-Whiteside. These guys are in their second years or in their first years. That's not how I really thought that this season was going to go. I thought we were going to go into having a couple veteran wide receivers and then having them teach the young guys throughout the season, having them play, put them into the lineup every now and then. And I'm talking more of Hightower and Watkins rather than Reagor. And even Arcega-Whiteside, because I do think they will get their time, especially Reagor now. I definitely think he has a lot more stats and yards and touchdowns than I thought he did in the beginning of the year. When he was drafted, and even a couple videos ago I talked about it. I definitely think his stats go up from this. Is that a good thing? Yeah, for him. But for the Eagles, it could definitely be a little detrimental. You got to look at it both ways. Yes, we have a first-round wide receiver. But again, he's never played an NFL down. He came from a very he came from a very weird school in TCU that didn't give him a quarterback. How is he going to adjust? Is he going to work well with Carson? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? How's his hands? Route running? We have to figure all this out. And yes, they did just come back into training camp, and now Carson Wentz arrived. He looked a little bit bigger, bulkier. Definitely putting in work. But the season, it's not starting off the way that I would have liked it. We already lost Brandon Brooks. We didn't sign that big wide receiver that I thought we were going to, or that big name free agent like a Jadeveon Clowney, trade for a Yannick Ngakoue. Also, Jamal Adams is now on the Seahawks. We play the Seahawks. We always lose to them. This sucks. It does. This is not how I thought that. I mean, at least he's not a Cowboy, but I don't know. Something about this, heading in the training camp type of couple weeks, they're not really working out how I thought they were. But again, this is understandable news. This isn't bad news, breaking news. It's understandable. You look at Marquise Goodwin's past and you understand why. You look at Alshon Jeffery. He was injured. Obviously, he's not going to be playing on an injury. So I understand. Yes, it sucks. But at the end of the day, again, it's all about health for your families, for yourself. And that's where it really comes down to. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment down below how you think the wide receivers are going to do. Rager, Jackson, JJ, Ward, Watkins, all these guys. Let me know how you think they do this season. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm out. Peace.